The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trustco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station. This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age. This is Informanté Radio.
Die syde is waar ek gebore is. Sarah hy bes. Die stof kan jy nog steeds sien in my bloed. And it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. Yes, it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. Ja, die syde maak vrede. Dis die heilige waarheid. Die ou stofpaadjies en kromdraadjies, hulle het hulle redes. And it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. And it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. Dis die boom in die gat, in die gat, in die grond, in die grond vasgooi daarom. As ek dink aan jou dag. Ja, my ma het altyd gesê, my kind, ons het nie make-up nodig nie. Dat net so 'n paar keer op jou wange, dan sien jy hoe mooi rooi raak hulle. Die tegniek noem ons, sla die bloed los. And it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. Yes, it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. Daar's baie meer stories, van die rooi wald tot my rooi fiets. Van papa se valvleis, en die stories onder die boom. Dis die boom in die gat, in die gat, in die grond, in die grond gas. And it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling, calling me. Oh, it's calling, calling me, calling, calling me, calling.
Maar ek was regtig hoe ek net ondergedrink het.
And things became things.
Things became things, man.
So you lied.
Yes.
You lied, Mitch. You liar.
It's not technically a lie.
Sis. Yeah.
Is nie 'n lieg nie, man.
Yeah.
Toch?
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Obstruction of justice.
Yes. It's these kinds of lies that I'm not very comfortable with. Okay. Since I am a stand-up man of society,
Yes.
I don't like lies.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, are we on air?
We're on the
Wanneer
S.
gaan shines ons nou op? When
The
is he going to put
S.
us on air?
Stephanus James Ananias. Good morning. Ephraim Kadikwa Moro Festus Katuna. Morning Ronnie Joe Moro. Yeah, guys. Happy Thursday morning right here on the Morning Mix.
What's the
Welcome
date
once
today,
again.
by the way?
Ek dink dis die 10de.
It's the 10th of March.
It's the 10th of March 2022. It is begin die hare weer groei.
Die hare groei begin. Ek het amper verkeerd gebruik. Die hare groei begin. Vader van Keetmans.
Ja.
Maar ek skeer dit vandag.
Skeer jy?
Ja, dat sal dit maandag weer klaar groei.
Why are you shaving? I like your hair when it's
He's
completely
got a beautiful
out.
hair. Rich has got a beautiful head. It's all round. Regtig.
Oh, guys, julle is nou op my case.
Well-rounded off head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep your head until I'm dead. His head.
Coffee.
Mohau, we join you this morning by wishing Monique Bubbles a happy birthday today.
It's Bubbles' birthday. Come, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Moet ek eers dit
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Dear Bubbles.
happy birthday, Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Happy birthday, Bubbles.
Tiny bubbles.
Yes.
So divine.
Ek het daar
Make me happy.
ja, ek het vir Monique 'n vet soen gegee vroegmôre.
Waar?
Sê,
Ja.
Op die mond.
Ek sal nie sê wat ek vir haar gegee het
Waar?
nie.
No, we had a quick
You had a
meeting.
A quickie. Never, you know It's the workplace level.
Vang ons hier, Hero.
maniere nie, julle het nie maniere nie. We had a quick meeting this morning on the third floor, and Monique was there, and ons het net hier op die groep gesien dat on the top 40 group that it's a birthday today. So, is lekker om 'n ander man se vrou te soen on her birthday because you have every excuse to kiss somebody else when it's a
ja.
his or her
Or was it like a
birthday.
peck
So
on
mo-
the cheek or what?
So alles is reg by Monique se huis.
Ja, hier is sekere
Sy
mense
is
wat
gelukkig by die huis.
ons moet sekere mense hier op die stream vra of Monique gelukkig is by die huis.
Ons wil weet.
Ja, julle ken wie julle is. Ja, so. But Hendrina, good morning. Samuel Makale, good morning. Norma good morning. Shora Kawenji, moro. Thank you so much. Taishon, wat sê die gasie? Waar is jy? Is jy nog in die 12? Of het jy teruggekom?
Vir die 12.
Otapi of all places. Yeah, Otapi is also here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We got a few things to discuss. Maar Kalfi, first and foremost,
This is Informanté News, and these are our top stories. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine is one of the main factors impacting Namibia's economy. This was discussed during a courtesy call by Johannes Travasap, Governor of the Bank of Namibia, and the Bank of Namibia executive leadership on President Hage Geingob on Wednesday. The Deputy Governor of the Bank of Namibia, Epson Wanguta, said Namibia needs to recognize that those two countries, especially Russia, is not a small player in a number of global commodity productions. If you take oil, Russia contributes almost around 12% of the global production. For gas, Russia contributes around 16.6% of the global exports. Wheat, Russia contributes around 11%, Wanguta explained. According to the Deputy Governor, the Russian-Ukraine conflict might also affect the country's domestic growth, which was projected to improve in 2022 and 2023. This is because the projected domestic growth is largely supported by the better growth prospects of the diamond mining industry. However, considering the fact that Russia is also a key player in diamond mining, the Deputy Governor stated that the situation requires monitoring. Wanguta further stated that the ongoing Russian-Ukraine war could have an impact on the country's inflation rate as well. According to him, the inflation rate was expected to be around 4.4% this year, but could increase as a result of the conflict. The community of the Omasati region is once again urged to desist from crossing water pans as trying to bath in the ponds or wells, especially when under the influence of alcohol. This caution comes after the region reported its 7th drowning incident within a period of just 5 days. The body of an Angolan man, only known as Andoni, was discovered floating in water by community members at the Omolamba location in the Omoleng constituency. The discovery was made around 8 o'clock on Wednesday. The deceased was employed as a domestic worker. And finally, the Oshana Regional Council has constructed 709 toilets through its rural sanitation program in the last 5 years. Regional spokesperson Elia Shikoto said priority was given to the vulnerable community, including pensioners, orphans, and people with disabilities. Oshikoto stated that the first 230 toilets were constructed during the financial year 2017-2018 at the value of $2,307,692 Namibia dollars. In the financial year 2018-2019, a total of 333 toilets were built at the cost of $5,442,058 Namibia dollars and 77 cents. This is Informanté Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informanté News. Informanté News. Informanté News. Firm but fair.
It's competition time again on Informanté Live, 4 week of the Easter competition. This week you stand a chance to win a voucher to the value of 1,500 Namibia dollars for accommodation at the Mauler Guest House in Swakopmund. All you have to do is hashtag the Mauler Guest House in the comment section of the competition post on our Facebook page. This week's competition ends on Friday the 11th, which is tomorrow, and winners will be announced on social media.
Thank you, Herr Kaufmann.
All right, so we've built toilets.
Mm-hmm.
We've built three in 2018, 2019. We've built 333 toilets.
Holy shit.
That's exactly what I'm doing. At the value of 5,442,000 Namibia dollars. So we've built this at a cost of 16,342 Namibia dollars per toilet.
16,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just, Mitch, you're looking at me. Let me just put this back into your head.
Yeah.
In the financial year 2018-2019, we built 333 toilets at the value of 5,442,058 Namibia dollars and 77 cents, which brings it down to 16,342 Namibian dollars per toilet.
What a soort toilet is that?
Have you seen how those toilets look like?
Near.
No.
It's a piece of cement, then it's a steel frame with metal around it, a stukkie sinkblad, en dan sorry vir die taal gebruik, die kakhuis binnekant. We are.
I know exactly what type of toilets you're talking about now.
There's something wrong in our country.
I know
We
exactly.
don't have housing. People are fighting for land, but we're building toilets at 16,000 rand Namibia dollars a toilet.
Okay.
It looks like that. And
Okay, if you do build a toilet worth 16,000 Namibian dollars, word for my toilet,
Yeah.
then at least the quality of the toilet needs to justify
Yeah.
the
Neville.
16,000.
Neville, you can go to the Informanté webpage
Yeah.
and have a look what those toilets look like.
Yeah, no, I believe you. I believe you.
Maar ek ken as die toilets wat ons in Patani goed daar
Ergens
gebruik
is
het,
hier so, it's entrepreneurship. Somewhere something is wrong.
It's
And,
basies like cement, ne? En is net 'n gat daar en boom.
and the investigators and the prosecutor general needs to get involved here.
In this toilet rot.
Something is massively wrong.
This is what Gladness Timothy is calling it. She calls it toilet rot. So, and this is definitely what it is.
Come on, Neville.
Ja, nou keer.
You know what? You know, and if I always say to my kids, I'm okay with. Sometimes they would tell me, "Daddy, Mommy, you guys, you like to complain too much about stuff." And I say, you know what? The reason why we're complaining is because we care about you.
Yes.
Okay? But don't let us go silent. The moment I say to myself, I have nothing to say to you anymore
Yes.
around this issue,
Yes.
then you need to know that dinge is ingani.
Yeah.
You must be worried.
So for me to sit here and hear about toilets, I'm so tired of corruption that I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm
So
yeah, and leave SWAPO out of this.
No.
Leave
Ruling party. I want to know what the toilets
Swapo
in the new building.
out of this discussion.
the new building, they don't use toilet paper.
What they've probably got these showers that come
Yeah.
from the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, and die seats maak die seats die toilet seats maak jou warm as dit winter is. You can stel daai waiertjie ook. That's what you spend.
Daai gehikelde goed.
Oeh, jere keert man. Keert man skauf. Never. So now that you're saying you're tired of corruption, so I went out like on the show that I have, the streets. So I go out there and ask like normal questions to Namibians. And one of the questions was, as a youth in Namibia, do you have any hope in corruption being eradicated or being total, like we will be a corruption-free Namibia?
Yeah.
And the dude, and this is a guy that works at Mr. Price, and a guy looked at me and he said, Mitch, I sell weed. Why do you think I sell weed and work at Mr. Price? I have a job, but I'm selling weed. And I'm like, why? They'll say, no, because whatever corruption happens in Namibia, like we look at these guys like the fish rod guys, whoever who's eating, and we want to live like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will do whatever to have a space of $8,000 where I can bring a lady that will accept me and be like, yo, may OD and may OD, here's a flat screen and what?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way at the standard of a lady to these days, and that's the standard of family, the respect you get from family these days. So why would I want to live a life of morals and live with the little I have and be disrespected in that way? I will go out and steal. I will go out and do illegal stuff, and it is because those guys
Are doing it too.
are doing it, and I see it. It's like motivation to me.
Yeah.
That's what it's a boy. He's about 26 years old. I didn't know what to say to him.
As finish and klaar.
I didn't know. How do you advise somebody like that?
Ai, my bro. Ja, it's difficult. It's difficult. Maar nou ja, ons gaan aan.
Lulu got the contract.
When are the next elections?
Kan jy net jou mic aansit, meneer Kaufman?
When are the next elections?
Ja, we'll win the next elections. Jy
Die
kan.
toilet contract is van Lulu.
Yes.
And Lulu is here. We gave you a responsibility to build better toilets.
Yes.
You brought these people from South Africa to come and build these toilets.
With cement.
And now
Yeah.
the people will die in these toilets.
Yeah.
Maria says men really need to focus on themselves. One can't go through life doing everything just to impress women. Focus on yourselves, young kings. Very, very true. Jürgen Gaiseb says, we are more concerned about striptease and people's bedroom issues than attending to corruption because the corrupt are the ones policing us. Tayshawn, on a serious note, can we please give swimming classes for free in the north, please?
That's a contentious issue.
I don't think, Tayshawn, it is a swimming class.
It's a flooding problem.
It's let me explain to you. Let me give you an example, Tayshawn. In the north, people drill, little wells looking for water, and these holes in the ground are like everywhere because this is the north that we're talking about. It's a vast open area. So Tayshawn, when it starts raining and people walk in the water, they can't see that there's a hole. And some of these holes are as tall as me or Kaufi. So if a child walks through rainwater
Falls in there.
and falls in there, and this is it's a small enclosed hole. hoe gaan iemand daar uitkom as iemand daar ingeval het?
Yeah.
And that is not a swimming issue. It's
Yes, you
it's,
are 100%.
you will drown. You'll die.
Neville, most of the year,
Yeah.
those places are dry.
It's
so
dry.
These young kids are
Yeah.
walking around everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, bless the rains. The rains are coming. Shauna's coming down.
Yes,
All that kind of
yes.
stuff. Now there's water. So now this
Yeah.
kid walks, make it between knee deep and ankle deep through the water,
Yeah.
and then steps into one of those wells.
Yes.
Gone, Papa.
Gone.
Ja, sê maar is net so 'n klein pypietjie waarin jy val. Is 'n wel wat hulle and you don't have much movement in. And you felt like deep, like as jy inval, jy het ingeval.
Jy
Now
val.
you have to do some sort of movement to get yourself up.
And you're in that
and you don't know how
confined
deep
space.
that is. Yeah, in that small
You
space.
can't swim like this. Now you need to swim like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Queenie. Yeah.
I did.
I
Yeah,
am the
must-
Mampara of the week. Yeah, a hole cannot be tall, but deep. Luister, ek is
Some
Babalas
a-holes are
vandag.
very tall.
It's a tall hole.
Tall.
Tall hole.
All I'm saying is never, even me, an expert swimmer.
So now we've got three
yeah.
things. We've now got Top Cheetah of the week,
Yes.
Muhu of the week, and Mampara of the week.
Nee, I'll take the
level.
Mampara of the week.
And please, guys, let me know the top cheater from you guys and the top and the muhu of the week, please.
We need to know.
Let me know in the comment section so I can write it down tomorrow. We start voting in the morning. We
Yeah.
start voting.
Okay, I start voting for the Muhu of the week is 333 toilets at 5,442,000 bucks. So that would be the Namibian government. Muhu of the week.
Swabo, you mean Swabo?
Hey. Die man het gesê Namibian government. Okay.
All right, let's
Yeah.
leave SWAPO out of this.
Yeah, leave
We
SWAPO.
all know it's probably a SWAPO member that authorized this. So, but let's just call it Muhu of the week, the Namibian government.
Ronnie, Joe, we did not ask your opinion here on this specific matter. Okay? Yeah, you are here to watch the show, not to come and make incendiary comments here.
Scrupulous.
Yeah,
Oh my God, man.
DC Amaruru said, this life is not fair and it will never be fair at all. Sylvia Wakumwa said, daai is ou het nie gefocus nie. Conform to certain standards and risk everything in the process. Abisai Ndongo says, word has it that they just built these toilets without consulting the people to understand their needs. Now these toilets are not being used because the material used is not conducive to that environment. Imagine doing number 2 on a hot plate.
Ja.
Ja, Abisai. Sylvia Wakumba says, hoekom koop hy klere op staafprys verkoop and better his life on legal way. Braji Conte. It's a Braji. Lang klas. Wat sê die 12? It's a my people. It's been such a while. How are you guys doing? I'm trying to keep up with my petrol light shining all the time. But this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I keep on singing. Your metaphor means a lot to us, Braji, because we all are going through exactly what you're talking about. Estobi says, the sanctions are starting to piss me off. I love sports and the thoughts of Russians who have nothing to do with this war getting banned from almost all sports is wrong.
Yeah, but they
You
still
train hard only to be banned because your president, Netflix and Amazon joined in banning services to Russia. The Russian citizens are facing the same discrimination the Muslims face when some are suicide bombing. They all bombers. Life ain't easy during war, no doubt. It's good, not often. You guys write smaller, shorter stories, toch? Hey, world peace. Nah,
Okay,
sharp.
but now these Russian athletes,
I
totally get it. You know, they've practiced all their lives to get to the Olympics, and now they're being banned and all that.
Yeah.
But then some of them still go and put that Z
Yeah.
on their uniform. It's like in World War II when they held it in Berlin.
What
and
does that Z stand for?
it's- okay, so just it's being compared to the swastika.
Oh, to the
Remember,
swastika.
Yeah,
Okay.
when in World War II the Olympics were in Berlin, the Germans were running around with swastikas on their shoulders and
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. So this Z is, first of all, the reason why they put Z on all their tanks and their lorries and whatnot
Yes.
is that the Russians don't shoot each other.
Yeah.
That's the one reason.
Yeah.
What it means is, and please help me right here, you guys can Google it, it's Zaputa or Zapata.
Zapata.
Or something like that, which means victory.
Aha.
Okay.
Aha.
But here it goes. It's compared to the Nazi swastika. Zapat.
Yeah.
Aha.
And that is basically.
Which means
What-
West.
So
and
in other
victory.
words, we've got another fascist on our hands.
Yeah.
How are we
yeah.
going to deal with him this time?
Now let's address the elephant in the room. Die klein kardituras in die room. Kom ons address hom. When America was bombing Iraq, why weren't the American athletes suspended?
Sure. Sure.
Why weren't the sanctions put on them, on their soccer team, on their Olympic team? Why are we? Why you see that double standards, and this is what Putin is always pointing out, and people that really know this stuff are like, yeah, why not?
I told my wife, I told Mevrouw this morning, okay? And Kofi, I told you that I came home a little bit late last night. And Mevrouw asked me, my man, hoe laat het jy ingekom?
Uitgeslaap.
Yeah, and
Uitgeslaap.
I explained to her, even though, kyk, I actually rocked up at home around 1:45. Okay.
Taxis.
Yes, yeah, the traffic was very, very busy.
Yes.
But one of the things that we did discuss and that we did debate last night
At 1 o'clock.
at around, at 1:00 was this issue. Obviously, Eric, being German, is very much against what Russia is doing at the moment, because there's some historical stuff about
Germans and the Russians.
what Germans and the Russians have been going
Especially
through.
what the Russians did to us after the war.
Exactly, and he still exactly he still bears elements of that.
Yes.
And when we spoke about this last night, and I said to him, Eric, but the sanctions that's imposed on Russia made themselves clear. They basically expressed themselves as to why they are in this situation. And it was really a nice back and forth between the two of us last night. But these athletes, these sports people that we do talk about, how do we ostracize people to this level now because of what is happening in their country?
It's exactly it. History has shown itself. It's just repeating itself.
But again, I'm asking, like Mitch, what you are asking, and what you're asking is right. Why is the world so biased?
Yes.
The last time that America invaded a country like Libya, unjustifiably invaded the country, killed thousands of people.
Yes.
They killed over 5 million Iraqis.
Right.
Huh? Nothing happened to America. Nothing.
Nobody put sanctions on America. America will stand there and decide, okay, so because you did this, we are going in tomorrow. and it's a point where someone in the comment section says, I think Tankeni with the capital said, America knows how to drive the narrative.
They control the narrative. It's like Tangeni is saying. It's very, very difficult for me, guys, to sit here, and I say again, it's geographically, it's rather unfortunate that Ukraine is next to Russia.
So let's say, for example, we are able to get the Russian ambassador here in Namibia into the studio.
Yeah.
It will be crazy.
Yeah.
Would we just side with the guy and try and stay neutral? And
How?
what?
How?
I can't. Guys, I mean, I wasn't born at the time, but I mean, what the Germans did was terrible.
Yes.
You
Yes.
understand? What the Romans did was terrible.
Yes.
You know, what the Vikings did, estimate, was terrible.
Yeah, but you know, that's why I said the
What-
times you live in will
Yes.
shape you.
What-
Those times of the Vikings, it was like conquer
What
or
Jan
be
Jonker
conquered.
Afrikaner did was terrible.
There's this video clip that I would like to play you guys. It's Maria. It's in relation to what you're talking about here. No sanctions on Israel either. I would like to. This is a guy in the Irish Parliament who speaks about how biased we can be when it comes to the two narratives. Just listen to this.
Have rightly condemned the crimes against humanity that are being committed by Vladimir Putin in Ukraine. And the government has moved instantly, within 5 days, to sanction Putin's regime. And the strength of language that was used rightly against Putin as a barbarian, as a thug, as a murderer, as a warmonger, all of which are true. All of those things apply to the state of Israel in its treatment of the Palestinians, and yes, the government is concerned about its use of language and doesn't feel it is appropriate to even use the word apartheid when Amnesty International, the most respected human rights organization in the world, and Human Rights Watch, within a very short period of time, issue these damning reports saying that Israel, since its foundation, has been built on a system of oppression and domination and apartheid and racism, involving the murder of unarmed, innocent civilians on a regular basis, Gaza in a permanent state of humanitarian crisis. And yet you want to be careful about your language. You're happy to correctly use the most strong and robust language to describe the crimes against humanity of Vladimir Putin, but you will not use the same strength of language when it comes to describing Israel's treatment of the Palestinians, when it is now being documented and detailed by two of the most respected human rights organizations in the world. You don't want to even use the word apartheid. 5 days sanctions against Putin and his thugs, 70 years of oppression by the Palestinians, and it wouldn't be, what was the word you used? It wouldn't be helpful to impose sanctions. Exactly the same types of sanctions you've just initiated against Vladimir Putin. Will you support it? And I think the answer is clearly you're not going to. And then we ask the question, why? Why? With such strength of feeling, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil and Green TD stood up one after the other, saying it was intolerable, the thuggery and the warmongering and the brutality of Putin. You wouldn't stand for it. Urgent action had to be taken. But we've got to be much more careful with the Palestinians and their treatment. No action, no sanctions, no outrage. Words of concern. We'll raise it. We'll raise it. We'll call on them to do things. Now you see, if you're going to...
That's basically just some snippets that I'm playing here as to what is happening in the Irish Parliament at the moment.
Yes.
Vedika Yere says, I've been saying that America is behind this whole thing, and they are out here brainwashing everyone, vilifying Russia for the same thing they do.
Exactly.
Okay? Vanessa says, Ukraine is just collateral damage. The actual war is between America and Russia. Mutumba says, terrorism and to bring democracy to the Middle East. Saddam wasn't the saint, mate. He led with an iron fist. They are intimidated by Russia because they want to be the only superpower. It's unbelievable and no one can see it, says Vedi. Penda says, white people calling out other white people as racist. Love to see it.
So if Israel is not doing anything at this particular point in time, what is the Simon Wiesenthal institution doing currently in terms of the Russian-Ukrainian war? Because we all know that Simon Wiesenthal was put into 5 German concentration camps, and afterwards he dedicated his life in making sure that those Nazis were legally prosecuted and brought to justice.
Yes.
So what is currently this organization doing in terms of what is currently happening now? Because I'm sure that there are Jews involved in the Russian-Ukrainian conflict.
Yeah.
No?
They run the money.
Exactly.
They have to
and
be
so
involved.
we've got the Z, which is now compared to the swastika.
To the swastika.
We've got a Russian president who's a fascist, who doesn't allow the protesters in his country to use the word war or invasion.
Yes.
We are seeing the same thing happening as we did since 1935.
Kijk, I'm saying, there's so much to say. Maar kom ek lees gou, kom ek
Yes,
hoor
Maria,
wat die
kom
mense sê. Maria says, during sanctions in South Africa, athletes from there who had nothing to do with apartheid also couldn't compete. It is what it is. Small price to pay in the name of peace. Wow, it's people's careers here that basically comes to a screeching halt because the egos of old men in their little offices needs to be soothed up here, and this is basically what is happening. Boy came out with receipts, my dear. America knows how to control the narrative. Yes, we read that. Some kind of Hollywood report last night will try to get it and revert back. Clini says selective morality. Zimbabwe banned from all FIFA sanctioned activities because an arm of government intervened, and now it has been extended to current Zimbabwe players not being allowed to move to clubs outside Zimbabwe. Sports bodies say they are apolitical, and yet the hypocrisy screams otherwise. Just saying. Guys, I'm so done with America. I'm telling you. The government continues to pay services that are not inspected for quality assurance and delivery. Okay, that's now in relation to the toilet thing. Entrepreneurs will continue to take advantage of the system by quoting high prices and deliver low standard services only in Namibia, says Cornelia. Clotilda says, why is there still a Russian embassy in Namibia? Send him home. Clotilda is obviously pro-Western and anti-Russian what is happening. And you know what? We all can agree to disagree on who's right and who's wrong here. I'm just saying, for me personally, the fact that Ukraine is basically the collateral damage here is what's painful here. Gayton says, right, and they entered Iraq and Libya to fight for what again? This is what Gayton Curtis is asking. We're talking about America, we talk about England, we talk about France.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah.
And let's not forget the convenient exodus of America out of Afghanistan. And let's just not forget the convenient waiting of Putin for the Olympics to come to an end before he invaded. The convenient waiting of coronavirus to not be on the topic of the moment anymore. I mean, if you just look at it in hindsight as to how we're being bullshitted by the world order.
World order. You're right.
The world order is taking us for a puppet.
Yeah.
It's like ever since I got my chicken intellect, America was fighting war. I don't remember a year they haven't been fighting.
Exactly.
What year do you remember they haven't been fighting? Ever since,
America has been bombing countries ever since the beginning.
and I'm saying somebody somehow would be like, you better kill me. I'm ready to die with all my people just to show you. And Russia is that country. And Russia already knows the tactics. Let me be honest with you. America is not going to help, or the NATO is not going to help Ukraine until the whole world starts seeing Putin as the enemy. They want a reason to be like, okay, laat ek maar ingaan in die game, last minute. That's what they want. They want the whole world to be Putin as an enemy. And when that happens, you will see they will marching.
Mitch, Kaufi, I don't think that we are disputing here that Putin, what is happening at the moment in Ukraine is wrong.
Yes.
I'm not disputing that. The fact that people are being killed, civilians are being bombed, it is very, very, very wrong here. But then again, I don't know what is Putin supposed to do if, I mean, he explained, he gave, and we've been speaking about this all week. He gave the example. He said, what if I put up a nuclear station in Mexico, which is right next to America? America's going to start bombing Mexico. I don't know.
He even gave past examples as well. But man, seriously, ons moet ophou met hierdie America. We have put America on a pedestal.
They are on a little pedestal and they've been there for very long.
We did that. So I'm saying, like, I'm not really for the war, but as I believe, guys, let's be a little bit smarter for this. Let's not let this war be drained or like dragged out.
War is money.
And a lot of people are gonna still die because of these two egos.
It's all about the money.
Ukraine war threatens Namibia's economy. Okay?
Yes.
Bank of Namibia breaks silence on fuel, blood diamond threats. The Bank of Namibia has added its voice to the concerns of analysts on the impact of the Russia-Ukraine war on the country's economy and fuel prices. Bank of Namibia leadership yesterday paid President Hage Geingob a courtesy visit. Wanguta, you reported on it, Kaufi, said that Namibia's economic growth largely depends on the mining industry as well as the tertiary sector, and the Russia-Ukraine conflict could threaten these. Russia is not a small player in a number of global commodity products, and it is an especially big player in the diamond industry, he said. Russia contributes to almost 12% of global products. The country contributes 16.6% in global gas exports and 11% in wheat. If you take the combination of Russia and Ukraine in terms of wheat, it almost accounts for 1/3 of the global supply. The great risk we are facing now is the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. We need to recognize that those countries, especially Russia, are not small players in a number of global commodity products. This war, kom ek lees net gou weer hier 'n paar comments. World leaders are really selective, says Maria. Hundreds and thousands, including women and children, continue to be killed in Palestine by the Israeli army. Braji Kontep says Russia and China wants to sink the American dollar indirectly in order to weaken America's supreme status. What Braji Kontep says. Maria says, Vedi, I'm not a fan of Putin, but you'll never catch me defending America. They are just as bad, if not worse. Gayton says, so basically you are saying that Saddam was a terrorist, and to kill him they had to invade Iraq, kill innocent lives just to get a chance to kill him. Mutumba says, gents, Russia has been itching to start a fight for a while because they have been building up the military might. Butato says, hey Butato, good morning gents, something about fuel. Why can't we buy petrol diesel from Angola? They say it's dirty fuel and their cars are still running. Buta, very quickly, I believe NAPTA, the Namibia Bus and Taxi Association, they said yesterday that they want to urge the bus and taxi drivers of the far north to rather go fill up their cars
in Angola
because the fuel prices are much, much cheaper over there. Maria says sanctions aren't supposed to be a walk in the park. They are supposed to be brutal and heartfelt. That's how they become successful. And that is the same thing that we supposed to do to Americans. But it never, ever happens. Gayton says, and Libya? I guess Gaddafi was also a terrorist, right? My brother, please, open your eyes. I think this is in response to what Mutumba says. There's clearly selective narrative here. The one is justified in the name of terrorism and the other one condemned as act of war. Bottom line is both are wrong. Nothing is justifiable. Very true. One Asian player refused to wear a Ukrainian flag, says Ronnie Joe Kandikirira. Teshon topic. Dreig me. Whatever. Whatever. Estomish says Putin is a dictator. He has been, but has been grooming himself for this Hitler deadly moves. Was it South or North Korea that got sanctioned? The Chinese are supporting Putin in his regime, trying to be neutral, but there's small comments.
Yes.
Maria says, I feel bad about what is happening to them, but Ukraine lost my support when I saw how they were treating our African brothers and sisters. Racist, gone racist, even during a war. Clotilda says, and let's talk about the Syrian soldiers fighting alongside the Russian.
Ay, my God. Tamara, take it in, Neville. Keep it in, Neville. The Tamaraness must not come out.
Yeah, Russian soldiers.
Russian and chips.
Yeah,
Russian.
Jesse, what did you drink last night?
Russian soldiers.
Don't mix your drinks, Neville.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but Syria is to help. Syria is to help Russia. They know what Russia did for them.
Yeah.
They know what Russia did for them, and Syria does not have a choice.
Vanessa says Putin's actions are wrong, no doubt, but America has a list of its own problems. They should please just go and clean their own backyard and stop inserting themselves in other countries. On this point, Vanessa, do you guys remember about 2-3 years ago, America tried to invade Venezuela with the president there, Maduro, who's in power at the moment.
Yes.
Now, Venezuela is a big supplier of natural oil and gas.
Yes.
They wanted to install a puppet government there
Or create a coup.
and create a coup. That's what the CIA tried to do. What did the Venezuelans do? They gave America a big, two of them.
Okay.
The guy that they wanted to install as the leader of Venezuela, they failed miserably.
Yes.
And now, after so many years, America tries to create ties with Venezuela now because oil and gas is a problem now.
Hulle sal vir Russia moet gee want hulle is mos naan.
Sack.
They even named it Operation Gideon. Why Operation Gideon?
Rarig. Liewe ouwe.
Vat jy gat.
As well,
Hy versiek man.
they named it
Ai,
Look at
gaan.
this.
No, I've got it.
They named it Operation Gideon.
Here.
But just in terms of what
Kerel.
Russia is currently doing with the Ukraine, don't you think it's now time for China to tackle Taiwan?
It's already heating up.
And
most.
then America can at the same time try and tackle something else.
America is always ready to
Understand? So
tackle
that there
something
are
else.
3 different wars at the same time, so that we all become confused, and that we all can continue talking and talking and talking.
Stephanus James Ananias fighting for peace is like, never mind. Ooh, weet jy, julle.
Amper gevang.
Hey. Mutumba says, Gerten, broer, what I'm saying, Saddam wasn't the saint, just like Robert Mugabe wasn't the saint for the people of Zim. We all know they went in for oil, but the Middle East is hot pot of tribal lines, been fighting for a long while in that region. Russian liberated Ukraine. Ronnie Joe Kandikirira says, you are naughty. He's very, very naughty. Jürgen Kasep says, the US banned Russian energy imports thinking they can grovel back to Saudi Arabia. Mara, those Arabs say no to sitting and talking. No, Mitch, NATO has stepped in from day one.
Yeah.
First it was meetings to negotiate. Poland offered warplane, but but NATO and USA don't want to give the green light. They advise them that Ukraine should come take the planes themselves.
They actually declined it. Actually, Poland declined it because Russia has to march through Ukraine and they're just nearby there. And I know, just under correction, I don't know the plane's name. Poland said they can't give out their M-19s, M19s. So they said America has to give certain type of fighter jets so they can cover the others. But then the soldiers were ready to go get it, the jet fighters or whatever. They were ready to go get it, but then Poland declined it. I was actually reading it yesterday night. Poland said, onsuki. Ons is naby.
Clotilda says, never Venezuela and US and us, NATO and EU, we are polishing our friendship. Our guest is coming soon. If you know how to manipulate, you know. Clotilda, I loved it when the former president of Venezuela, Chavez went to the UN. That was shortly after George Bush gave his speech. And he came and he sanitized the podium and said, and he did the Rosekrans. And he said, whew, I need to clean this podium. I can still smell the devil was here. I can still get the smell of sulfur. That was his correct words. That is how much America hates Venezuela. But I'm happy they're standing strong. Tack! Yeah. Mohausi Boli says, China too have been awaiting an opportunity to pounce at America, and I am glad they are supporting Russia. America must be shown they have equally powerful opponents. Samuel Makale says, thanks God we discovered the oil. The oils will be cheaper soon, but the problem, the oil legally is not ours. Hey, Semi. Yeah. Lost the toppy 8. Yeah, we don't need your comments here. Trust me, Kofi, you don't want countries to be tackled. Some countries have protective gears that can withstand stuff. Avondre says, it's funny how a Russia-Ukrainian war managed to make a pandemic disappear. Niemand worry van a corona nie. Avondre ek ons sam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ons sam.
I want to add on it, like what Estomich said. So what Putin said in his last, you know what Putin did actually? He gathered a meeting with fly hostesses. A meeting with her, and he was trying to explain. That is like, his generals are not there.
Yeah.
By the way, he lost 2 of his generals, like
how many?
Putin.
Yeah.
He lost 2 of his generals.
High generals.
And just look at this. He did a meeting with fly hostesses, and was explaining it to them. It's like ek sal maar met hierdie vroumense oor war praat. Hulle wil mos aangaan. So what he said is the fly zone. So what Zelensky said was, if America and NATO doesn't establish a fly zone over Ukraine, the blood of the children and the women that die next in the future is going to be on your hands. Yeah. So,
but Mitch, how is and it's a difficult situation. How is the moment America impose a no-fly zone over Ukraine? It's on.
It's on. Yeah, that's what Putin said. He said, so we will take it that you are taking part of this war.
There are 4. Sorry, you won't believe this. There are 4 English military guys, British military guys, that went AWOL to join the fight in the Ukraine. So Great Britain is now massively concerned because if those 4 guys now go and fight in Ukraine for the Ukrainians, that means for Putin that Britain has now joined the Ukrainians.
Yes.
Hey.
And it's on. It's on.
It's going to be on.
Said, like, then we will take it and then we will fly across them and start bombing you. That's what he said. He's giving plain threats now.
Klar.
He says, like,
recent fleece.
Yeah, if we have to extend this war, it will become a nuclear war. And if more of them come, like he says, I don't care about the sanctions.
The Venezuela situation is a bit different. Maduro decided to make himself president for life. The country was once a beautiful economy, but Maduro expropriated everything, nationalized private businesses, crippling the economy. And Mutumba, you are right about it. You are right about it. But is it any business of America to meddle into private affairs? Okay? Because like any country, like any sovereign state, America has its own problems. I will never defend America trying to invade or try to establish a regime change by America in any other country. Hulle sê julle jippe.
Amerika is soos die ouma wat ag manne se kinders is, het en paar se neefs en niggies en wat, en sy kom sê die dogtertjies van julle moet net een man het. That is America.
But meanwhile, back at the ranch, sad.
So I wanted to read this to Estomichne. The U.S. on Tuesday rejected the proposal from Poland to send Soviet-era fighter jets to Ukraine by the way of U.S. NATO airbase in Germany, but is still working on how to fulfill Ukraine's urgent request for the fighter planes in the war with Russia. It was reported to CNN. So, I let that reject. And let me just get the plane's name. It is here. I just had it now. Why in the Ketmans is it gone now?
Terwyl jy soek.
MiG 29s.
MiG 29s.
Yeah, MiG 29s. Yeah.
MiG 29s. Mutumba says many Venezuelan people skip the country, daily entering illegal into the U.S. It's bad. Maduro had to beg Putin and China to buy their oil to sustain their country. Yeah, Norway has sent protective. Okay, I've seen that one. Ronnie Joe says Namibians are worried about the war in Europe, but Mozambique were being killed by their own soldiers. No one mentioned anything. Hey, very true, Ronnie. Very true. Very true. Very true. And yeah, I hear coffee.
That's a good comment, Calvin.
Why did Oppenheimer invent the atomic bomb? Because he wanted the world to lighten up. Here.
Calvin,
I refuse to read any comments of Hannes Kaufman.
Kaufman het gesê ek vat dit stadig met koffie vandag. No. Waar is Stefanus James? Is hy nie? Is hy wat dit gesê?
Ja.
Kan ons die Chris Brown topic touch bietjie?
Wow. We quickly need to touch. Thank you, Mitch. Whoa.
Yeah.
But before we
Stefanus.
wacht net gou. Before we touch on the Chris Brown issue, Stefanus James Ananias and Coffee, they are like this. Nee?
Stefanus is die producer. He's like, vat die camera op koffie. Ja, vat die camera op koffie. Jene keert man.
Coffee? Praat met jou vriend.
Okay.
Ons luister nie vir jou nie, praat jy met jou vriend.
Stefanus, here's the weather just for you, my brother. So, the Namibian weather. Heavy falls will persist in the Kavango and Zambezi regions in places extending to the south on Friday, this month. Showers and thunder showers expected over the coastal areas on Friday. Please take the necessary precaution. In Namibia, the interior partly cloudy and warm to hot with a few to isolated thunder showers, but scattered to widespread thunder showers in the Zambezi and Kavango regions in places. A fresh easterly wind in the interior. In the meantime, the coast partly cloudy and mild to warm with showers in the south and the central coast. The wind moderate to fresh southerly to southwesterly. Do you guys want the maximum temperatures?
Yes, please.
Okay, Windhoek today, 29 degrees Celsius. Walvis Bay, 24. Swakopmund, 23. Katima Mulilo, 27. Umuthia, 34. Ondangwa, 36. And Oshakati, 35. Ochivarongo, 32. With Keetmanshoop at 34 and Mariental 38. Going to the east of the country, Gubabas 29 and Beitapos 29. Then in Okakarara, it's 32 today. Otapi, I know we've got friends out of Otapi.
Whatever.
Otapi, also 32 degrees Celsius maximum.
Estes, vamos skryf. Warm. 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 Warm.
You must go swim in the ocean.
Yes. Net so. Guys, thank you very much on your pointers there on the ongoing war in Ukraine, which I am so scared can develop into a world war. But nevertheless, well, we'll speak about that tomorrow again. Mitch, Mitch's favorite topic is showing how wrong women can be.
Yes.
Mitch loves to show how obtuse.
Male chauvinism at its best.
Yes.
Matriarchy.
How he likes to show his patriarch
No.
lines.
Inner male strength.
Yes. And no, on a serious note, Mitch, I read some of the comments and I saw some text messages that this girl that allegedly claimed that she was raped by Chris Brown.
How long ago?
How long ago was this, Mitch?
No,
Can you give us a little bit
it
of
was
context?
like in the past two, I think in the past month, I think.
Okay.
And Mary should just correct me, but it was in the past month.
Right.
And what happened is her friend invited her over. That's what she says. Like her friend invited her over because Chris Brown was chilling on his yacht. And her friend was there. And her friend did a FaceTime thing and was like, yo, I'm on Chris Brown's yacht. And then later on, she came and was also on the yacht.
But-
Chris Brown gave her some drinks and later assaulted her in the bedroom and allegedly
But didn't he
assaulted
also
her in the
beat
bedroom.
Rihanna?
Yeah.
Didn't he just beat Rihanna as
Yeah,
well?
that's
That is good.
goede day.
This is a new Chris Brown, a reformed guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new Chris Brown.
Yes. Yeah.
He
So-
gave Rihanna 2 brown eyes.
Oh my
Sorry,
goodness.
blue eyes. It's Chris Brown, not brown eyes, blue eyes.
Kaufman.
Ek speel nie saam nie.
Serious story here.
Ek
And-
speel nie saam nie.
Yeah, Kaufman will. Stefan is scary, your friend.
Ja, keer jou vriend. Ja.
So we later she said that she was feeling a little bit
Drowsy.
and and the guy assaulted her and yep, that's it's a $20 million lawsuit.
So Chris Brown finally came up with the evidence.
Right. Lipstick on his knuckles.
Yes, that yeah, the coffee. Ooh. Chris Brown finally came with the evidence that whatever happened between him and this lady has been consensual. She even claims in one of her text messages that he is the best that she ever had.
Right.
She says it. He is the best that she ever had.
The best Ukraine she ever had.
Yeah. So, and this is what Chris Brown is saying. No more dragging me through the mud. Clearly, you can see. Now, let's see if the media will keep that same energy they had trying to destroy me to run the real story. Me and my team are taking legal actions on the situation. On the situation, you don't play with people's lives like that. This is what Chris Brown is saying. So, wow. Vanessa says the incident happened in December 2020, not last month. Oh,
So
hierdie
sorry.
Mitch. Yeah.
No, I said
Mitch
under
is-
correction.
Yeah.
No, you
It's
did.
right.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you did say
Sorry,
that.
Yeah. So, I was also not sure when exactly this happened. So, but thanks, Vanessa, for clearing,
Vanessa, thank you so much.
for clearing that up for us. But now we finally see a situation where a man comes forth with credible evidence that a woman lied on him
Yes. Because of the money.
because of the money.
She even
Because
sent a
gold
voice
digger.
clip, actually.
Ne?
Oh my God, man.
she sent a voice clip.
Also saying, I just want you to do it the last time. Can we just do it for the... Can we just... For the last
Whoa, whoa,
time?
whoa.
them
It's
up.
probably this clip.
You just check the voice clip, even.
Put the time, date.
Why are you giving me mixed signals? You're like reading my messages and stuff, and you haven't blocked me yet, so I'm guessing you don't hate me. I just want to see you again. I mean, just answered the phone and you just hung up. Like, just let me know. Like, if you want me to leave you alone, I definitely will. But I really just want to fuck with you again.
She was ghosted. After the whole thing, she was ghosted and she was hurt about that.
Aha.
She's like, I know maybe you hate me for what, and she's like, I just want you to, for the last time, can you just answer the phone? And if you want me to leave you alone after that, I'll leave you alone. Women cannot also handle rejection. Like, man, it's bad with them.
Is it?
Woman walks up to you and she says, Mitch, ek hou van jou
I
blyskap."
agree with him
And I guess like,
300%.
hou op, man. Jy is nie my type nie. She will be at the mirror the whole time. Who's ek nie jou type
know.
nie? Maar Oeh. Bonnie, kom kyk gou hier. Mitch.
Yeah.
So you guys so Mitch, you are of the opinion that women can't stand rejection.
They can't.
Ne?
It's like, because you will have to go tell your friends, mos ek was met Chris Brown.
Tell you what, Neville, go and do a little experiment. This afternoon when you come home, ignore mevrou until tomorrow morning and see what happens.
Ooh,
Don't do it, Neville. Don't, Golfie. You want us to lose, never.
It's an experiment.
It's just an experiment. Uh-huh.
And
Maar sorry nee, mevrou is the wrong one. That is the wrong one.
Your daughter,
No.
if you're gonna
Yeah.
ignore your daughter,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Ajay
be
sal
dead.
Mevrou, if I allow mevrou to stay angry for the next 10 days, she will stay angry. Mevrou does not need nothing from nobody. Kyk, die vrou is sie maklik. Ja, it's a trip. Masha, it's a trip. I will not try that with
don't
mevrou.
do it. Don't do it.
Ah,
But what do we say about this situation, Neville? Like, is there punishment for this?
No. He should take hard, full-on legal steps against this unscrupulous element.
Even if he sues this girl, she will not be able to pay the 20 million. And look at it, this is just destroying this man's career step by step. People are starting to forget about this man.
Yeah.
I even just got to like, oh, Chris Brown sing no. Like, I haven't seen him perform.
Yeah,
so much
I have
and-
not, yeah.
Because people will not book you. Like, I just feel drama, man. You know, people will not book you. And is it fair?
Yeah.
That this is happening a lot, and it's not me like saying, it's just me being like, why are we doing this?
Leave Chris Brown alone.
Why are we doing
Lost
this?
him man 8.
Lost him, man.
And I like what Maria, what you are saying here. I won't lie. I effing hate women that lie about rape because they set our work back so much. It is because of women like that that real victims of rape don't get believed. Throw her in prison and throw away the key.
Yeah.
Thank you very
and
much.
it's because we create the room for them to lie about rape and get away with it. Because we are creating it because we don't keep them accountable for their actions. I have not in the history. Like, I've not, and I'm under correction. I've not seen
Okay,
a case.
wait.
that-
Think before you say that.
Okay.
Are you
under
sure?
I have not. It's me.
Okay.
It's my life experience.
Okay.
That I've seen a woman being punished for something like this, false allegations. Look at Johnny Depp and his wife. He was cancelled. She is still playing. She's still in major movie roles and all that. I've never seen actions been taken against them, and they will continue lying because there is room.
How do you know a prostitute has been raped? When the e-wallet doesn't go through.
Oh my goodness. Kaufman. You're making me think of the MTC guy.
As Gobabe soka hierdie kant.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm just watching that way.
Yeah, but I want to ask Maria, like, if we are giving them, if we don't keep people accountable for their action, there's always going to be room for them to get away with stuff like this, and they will always feel superior to anyone. Like
Very galvanized.
I've seen
I got away with it.
I've seen a woman say, "Ek sal jou slaan, ek sal jou steek in jou gesig, en as jy my aanraak sal ek jou gaan kla." Jy sal gaan sit, Boeta. What does that tell you?
Is that also part of your personal experience?
Yeah, I've seen a woman do that to a guy.
Is it? Yeah, no, I know. I've heard about stuff.
And if we give somebody that much power, what do we expect? What do we expect? It's gonna happen, and the people, the real victims, are gonna suffer the consequences. You're not gonna be able to use the rape card, the abuse card anymore. The world is moving very fast. That's one thing we should know. We are getting to the point where our daughters will be questioned if they go to the police and say they were raped. My daughter is like 10, not 10. My daughter is 4. Your daughter is probably 12. Your daughter is probably 6, ne?
13.
By the time they get to the age like 21, they will have to probably fill up this type of form, show evidence, video evidence, to be like, oh, she was raped. And this that we're doing right now and giving that much power is going to create that, and our daughters are going to suffer. And that's why I'm against this stuff.
Mohau says, ek en mevrou ken na goed, and we always get the sentimental caring partners. Sis, ek kan dit nie hanteer nie, Mohau. Braji Concept says, why women can't handle rejection is that you are insulting her beautiful makeup. Vanessa Kuibeb says, there should be harsh legal action for people who make false accusations of rape. Clotilda says, Maria, if she said enough after 30 seconds and he continued, what do you call it? Clotilda, please, come on.
What?
Clotilda, please, come on. It is clear that this woman lied. Are you honestly still, with the evidence that's being presented here, decide to defend this vile? How?
Clotilda are the type of people I'm talking about.
Clotilda.
I'm just saying, they give that much power. They don't want people to be held accountable. They give that power to them.
Hoekom het julle so 'n groot banner? What are you talking about, Ethel? I thought consent can be withdrawn. Stephanus, James, and Aeneas. But guys, yes, we know that consent can be withdrawn. We know about that. But on the evidence that this woman says, can you please come and F me one more time? Just for the last time.
F me one more time.
Oops, yeah.
I did it again.
Seriously. But not all media houses have had that objective, even though it's the right advisable thing to do. You just took the words out of my mouth, says Sylvia Wakumbwa. I am Mitch. What? Consent can be withdrawn, but the text messages you heard and text messages die comments hardloop nou to Chris were after the alleged rape. Truth of the matter is, after they hooked up, he ghosted her, and she then went on to make up rape claims. Mitch, in simple, you saying proper investigation needs to be done when such allegations are made. Mutumba, Vanessa, it happens a lot. That's how some solicits money out of men. Near King Malume, ek stel nie belang nie. Let's not ignore that this is a celebrity and people intentionally approach them to do harm in various ways. I'm glad Chris Brown stood up to the liar.
And I am a celebrity. That's why I will not date people like Monique Bubbles, Natalie, many of them. I will not put myself in that situation.
Is it celebrity or celebrity?
Celebrity.
It's celebrity. Celebrity.
Ek wag vir daai comments never.
Ek wag. Ja, King Malume, ek praat baie. Dis al praat. Maria says, while I agree that people who falsify rape claims should be severely punished, I also think until we have harsher sentences for people who do actually rape, that it is a slippery slope. True, it might also discourage real victims from coming forward because rape is actually difficult to prove, especially if so much time has passed. It's a tricky situation.
I like agreeing with Maria.
Nee,
Me and Maria.
is julle so.
Ons is praat.
Masha Lee says, Mitch, I do not think any of those ladies mentioned will want to date you for free. Wie het jy gesê?
Ik weet Natalie, Bubbles,
Natalie,
Maria,
Mohau.
Mash.
Ja, Avondre. It's celebs in Namibia. It's celebrities in Namibia.
But those are beautiful ladies, no.
Yeah.
Those are all
No, of
beautiful.
course. No, of course. Yeah, it's really like Maria says this. It is a slippery slope. But definitely for sure from here on forward, let's hope.
Mavutus are never like that. Mavutus are nice.
What do you mean she's fierce? Estomich. Word for Maria. I have a man, please. Ons het jou nie gevra nie.
You need a husband.
Ja.
Yo, Maria, if that wasn't a message.
Was dat tough?
Mitch,
Was tough, nee.
Mitch, get your passport ready.
You need a husband.
Bro, daar is skoene wat ek gesien het, wat jy hakke opsit. Man, just to...
just to elevate you.
Elevate yours. Yeah, ek
Maria
ken die
doesn't
skoene.
kiss down. She kisses up.
Oh, Maria kisses up. She doesn't kiss down.
I have always wondered what women see in Chris Brown. Then it hit me. Calfie should be jailed for this time.
I've made peace. I've made peace with the fact that I'm not the type of everyone. The egg. As was manonetso. You are the type of certain people. You are not the type of certain people. As was nonetso. There are people who think that I have a pissy personality. There are people who think that I'm boring. There are people who think that I'm ugly. There are people who think that you understand. As what can you do? You must not fat up before.
And that's something. Why do they get angry about things you can't change? You can't change that. You can't. I can change that I'm short. I can't change
But
it.
Mitch, you are not short.
They are saying that. That's the thing that I'm saying.
Stand
You're a
over
big
here
man.
langs me.
Yeah, like
Stand
Maria
next to
see,
each
like
other.
Maria
Let
see.
me take a photo. Wait.
Just down to you're not sure.
Seriously, I mean, look at this guy's height.
Look at this.
Okay,
guy.
nee. Now you're going too far.
Okay.
Moenie dagen.
You're not short, Mitch.
He's not short.
Tell them. Tell them.
I've got the
please.
evidence here. Look at
Do
this.
you know why you look short? Mitch, it's because of the body fat that you're carrying.
Yeah, and ons was a challenge. Ons had a
Yes.
challenge on
Are you still
3
going
months.
with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't back down from a
There's
challenge.
no way that this guy is short. The problem is at your age you walking around with a kapunda. That's
Yeah.
the problem. You need
must
to
come out,
drop your weight. You
Dit mos
need-
mooi lewe never.
Nee, is kak. Dis gaan mooi lewe. It's in Afrikaans is onbetaamlik vir 'n jong man to walk around with so much body fat. Ja.
Reg kom dan nie.
Reg kom dan. You can when you're about my age, please, then you are more than welcome to grow a little tummy like me and Kaufi. As he probably
And it's not a tummy. It's
a
the
what?
pressure pump for the jackhammer.
Oh, Maria. I give up, Maria. I give up. As now. Like lost net, Maria.
He is shorter than me, so definitely short by male standards, but he isn't very short. Mitch, it makes you feel any better. Jay is a long stompy.
You know how much I hate Stephanus.
and rarig, nee. Rarig. When these jokes started coming, it
was Maria.
People calling you Stompy. I'm like, what the hell are people talking about? This man is not short. Like for example, between you and Shines, you're probably taller than Shines.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Isn't it? It's just that he has a what would I say? A taller voice than me. Hey.
He's got
Yeah. Now, what do we say about guys with that type of voices? Hey.
He's got a
Don't
beautiful
go down
voice.
that road.
He has a singing voice, and then he has a presenter voice. and
Yeah.
Jesus van Keetman.
Yeah, that's just how it. You're saying a lot about short in this sentence, says Mohau. When I said Mitch is short because he came for me and I am 180 height, add heels to the mix. You are tall, Estomich. Mitch is not short. You are tall. Jürgen Geisep, can we see the heels of Mitch's shoes?
Mitch, I have a good suggestion for you. If you want to be really, really tall, hang out with Chinese.
Okay. Yeah.
We cannot go against those people here.
It's just, Avondre says it's not short, it's just a drop suspension. Sylvia says, nee, hy is regtig nie kort nie, want ek het vir Malumi gesien, sy lengte is my type. Hy is my oom, maar ook my Shirame by Chongarero kan. By the ko, mwacho chiti. Omampo chiri. Yeah. And that comes from my maternal side.
Akuna Mitch is an Oros Manik. You know that Oros Manik?
the Michelin Man.
and then I still have the color, the orange. Why do I have to imagine stuff always?
Self-laughter.
Why do I have to imagine stuff always? And that's the problem. If you're a person that imagines a lot, if somebody cheats on you, it's World War in your head.
No, it's a world war in your head.
It's a whole world war. You're a kid, man.
And I prefer not to start any world wars in my head. But I've been there in my 20s. I had a world war in my head that this particular girl that I was with, she looks like she can be a cheater. And it drained me.
Jou hart was ook gerasper.
My hart was gerasper. You know, if you can see somebody as a general inclination to be a cheater, whether it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend, it becomes tiring to look after this person. If I can't trust you.
Yeah. What do you think about us, the guys, saying it's not the same when the lady cheats on you? It's not the same when guys cheat, and it's understandable if guys cheat.
Neville.
Is it the same, Neville?
Wrong
Is it
if
the
a guy
same?
cheats.
Is it the same?
No. The question that I have, your girlfriends, they get the short end of the stick.
It's not what the...
Are we ending the show? I'm about to walk out of this. I'm about to marry her in this studio. I'm about to pull a Maria. I'm about to pull a Maria.
Yes.
Oh my
We are now
God.
on Mitch's side from now on. Klagepraat.
Yeah.
Hoor vir Mohau, Mitch, ek sal jou pay opeet. Straight. Klaar. Daar hoor jy. Maria, what does a cheater look like? Let me correct myself. It's the behavior. You feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it. This person, sal nie werk nie.
Some women feel like men will never find out if they cheat. And one guy told me, a guy will know if his lady cheats, like behavior change, the way she smells change and everything. So I'm like, yo, so we just can say, like, point it out, Jay cheat, man. But she can do that too. You can do that. Is it weer my partner weer?
Mutumba says it's tough now. They want us to tell them our love language. Like love what? Gaten says, who the comments today? I looked away for 10 minutes and there are 118 comments. Char. Hey, Praji Contep. Hey, Line J. Come on, yellow bones cheat more than other complexions. It's
the only reason why you know that is because they're light in complexions. The other complexions you don't see. They keep it a secret.
Whether your behavior, how we interact, I will know. I've always been correct when it comes to knowing somebody's behavior that I'm with.
It's not the norm. No?
Again.
And they say the women have got the sixth sense.
We also have
The
the
sixth
sixth sense.
I was brought up as a forgiving guy.
So
So you can cheat on me as long as I know who it
know,
is
it's-
and
it's
if the
only
person
love.
has money.
It's only love.
it's only love.
Yes.
Love is a feeling,
Spread
Neville.
love.
Love is a feeling that can change
Let's go
anytime.
hippie today.
Huh?
It's only love. Let's go hippie.
Yes.
Like the hippies. They're happy.
They're always happy people, eh?
Like the hippies.
Like
If you want to be a hippie, paint a flower on your pee-pee.
oh my God, man's coffee.
That's love. It's
Commitment.
naturalism. It's human stuff.
Lost the colors. It's an extramural activity, says Mohausi Polly. A Stompie can backflip from the pavement af.
Yo, you see why I hate Stefanus?
Nee.
Yeah, he leaves me no choice but to just hate him. As ngaak als Stefanus, jy sal sien, jy kom nie by my bar weer. Jy's geband van groot winkels af. Ek sal iemand betaal. And you know,
Hoor vir Teshon. Guys, the other gender hates rejection. One called me Moffie omdat ek nie vir haar 'n bier omdat ek nie haar bier wil gedrink het nie. Maria says that might be true, but it is because due to colorism in the black community, light-skinned women are more desired, even if not necessarily prettier than dark-skinned women. It's very true.
but
Very,
it's the
very-
other way around too. Women like dark-skinned guys with the beard that connects. Ons word ook gediscrimineer. Hulle discriminate teen ons ook. Women literally like tall, dark dudes. Come on, like ek ken nie vir wat te keer mans nie.
When you say dark like who?
Daai wat lyk asof hulle sangoma ingredients kan wees. Seriously, in the black community, women love and they like the dark dudes. It's just that.
Bitch, I'm not that dark and I'm not tall neither. So whatever I do with that information is completely
You are dark. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You're dark. They like ons word vir even the white girls have to discriminate against. Gaan
No,
by-
I know.
Gaan net by what is it, warehouse, and you will see those girls, white girls, be like, no, I like that guy. But I was nice to you. I bought you 4 drinks, but that guy.
That guy.
Dark like is wat Masha sê like dark under the bed. Dark. Dis so donker jy's onder die bed.
Onder die bed.
On suffer work. On suffer work. That's what hulle moet ken, on suffer work.
Yeah.
But you
Very-
like light-skinned women, right?
Yeah, I've always because I mean the kind of women that I've dated in my lifetime has always, like I say, it's always been that coy element. Always, it's always the coy element. I've dated some dark skinned ladies in my lifetime, but yeah, as a byvoorbeeld kyk, particularly my wife is not light skinned. My wife has roughly my skin tone. She just happens to be, because of her Indian ancestry.
It's because you love each other.
Yeah.
That is what it's about.
Maria says, Maria say what? They deserve all the love they are getting after their ancestors spent years picking cotton as slaves. Ay, gaan J. Maria. Yeah. Cheap. But don't bring slavery into this nonsense.
Dan moet altyd mekaar help nie.
They say the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Kuma.
You know how many girls I've lost because of their skin color?
Ne?
And Maria comes
baie
said,
gevlo-
I'm oppressed in the dating game. I'm oppressed.
Ne? Moao says, true. My sister is seriously dark compared to me, but she is beautiful. Not in a physical beauty. I always tell her, Jay is a mooi swart meisie. This is what Moao says. Tini says, taste is always attuned to needs and wants. It's the conditioning that becomes the barometer to access. Mutumba says, it's come across us dark-skinned guys are humble compared to the light-skinned guys. Oh,
Nonsense.
who know they can get another girl fast?
Let me be honest, Neville. Women normally, like, this is just what I think.
No,
but I know it is true.
Call them females.
Females.
Yeah.
Females think that every dark dude out there is from Bushiri's church and he's blessed. They think that. When they see us light-skinned guys, they think they'll get the short end of the stick. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. They think every dark dude out there is blessed.
Blessed. Like blessed.
Blessed to be a blessing.
He votes for Swapo.
Oh.
Ah,
ne?
must vote for Swapo.
They think, and with us short guys, they always think like, you know.
There are beautiful dark-skinned ladies. Check Naomi Campbell. They open the doors to self-love. I think skin color shouldn't be a problem as long as the love is strong. Of course, you're very right, Estomich. Skip ons weer mekaar se comments. Soek jy my. Nou waar het ek nou weer comment geskiet my bro. Sorry toch.
Mary, it's true. You know it's true. Mary, just be honest. You
Guys,
know it's true.
Oh, wag, hier rouse comment hierbo. Ek sien nou. Guys, someone said her daughter gave her a compliment this morning. Kama, mama, jy lyk soos 'n blanke vrou vandag. Is that really a compliment? Ek vra net. It's ek hoor wat jy sê, Ro, and it's we've been conditioned for such a long time, unfortunately, that the lighter the skin, the more beautiful the person.
It's the standard of beauty.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
the
set in.
standard of beauty. So it is not a compliment in my, and it's one thing that we need to teach our children, that a lighter skin does not make you a better person. And so for the daughter to compliment her mother in that way, I think the mother should have corrected her by saying, you know what, we are all beautiful people, whether we are light-skinned or dark-skinned or yellow or pink or pear or what ook al. So that's just how I see it.
I think the women take the dark-skinned guys because they don't have any more options. So they take them around the time that they're like 34, 45. Before they live with kids, they'll just settle for the dark-skinned guys. Because us light-skinned guys are the standard of beauty.
All right, so the coronavirus case. Newly confirmed cases in Namibia. Coronavirus cases are 9, recoveries 41, and active cases 194. So we've got 194 active cases today with 0 deaths. So we should not be wearing masks so that we can see our skin color on our face. Well done. Oh, hell no. My life is complete, my work is done.
Oh. I wasn't expecting that one girl. Stefan, I thought you finished it.
No.
Oh, Neville, it's your
Only
fault.
the
You must
news
say-
and the weather.
Neville, it's your fault.
Yeah,
It's
guys.
your skill.
Thank you so much that you once again made the show what it is today. It's Vijay, you guys out there. I swear this show on a daily basis is the highlight of my day.
Mine too.
Me too, man.
It's always the highlight of my day. Anything else dims in comparison to what I do for the rest of the day. If I can talk to people, if we can talk to people, if I can talk to you guys at this level constantly. Ja, die bra Chelsea Kante. Die bra is nie dak nie, he's burnt. I feel sick. Raymond. Guys,
Stefanus gaan maar dankie kauf. Yeah. We must block Stefanus. Stefanus is leaving me no choice.
Stefanus. Yes.
Kyk vir koffie.
Bra. It's my bra.
Guys, enjoy your day. It's a bravutu.
Bravutu.
Guys, enjoy your day. Love you guys.
Have a good one.
Daar word nie gefire is nie, Maria. It's our job description. Sharp.
Guys,
Have a
enjoy
blessed
your
day,
job.
guys.